Sekiro, rise again. I love Sekiro. After countless hours of playing this game, I've decided I want to try and turn it into a board game. A lot of the other Souls games and like Bloodborne or Elden Ring, they have dedicated board games for that video game, but Sekiro does not. So I figured today I'm going to try and make my own version using Heroscape. Now, to do this, I really want to use explicitly Heroscape pieces rather than including a bunch of other stuff and custom terrain and all this. Down the road, I might make custom cards or something to try and adapt it to the rules. But for this one, I'm going to try my best to just use only Heroscape pieces and only Heroscape rules. I'm going to be making the first area right when he wakes up in the Dilapidated Temple and goes up until he goes and fights that first general there. So I'm ignoring the intro sequence and only doing the stuff after Genichiro chops his arm off. But let's go ahead and get started building the first area with the Dilapidated Temple. So, just like when I tried to build the Halo map, I'm running into the same problem where I'm realizing I just do not have enough pieces to build these giant video game maps. Most of the map is supposed to be covered with snow, and I really would like it to be that way, but I already have run out of snow, so unfortunately that's not going to work. Here's the Dilapidated Temple area as it is so far. So over here is the temple itself. I just used the Marvel breakable wall piece, and I didn't really build out the interior of the temple because it's an important place in Sekiro, but it's not going to be an important place in this. This is just I'm destroying the whole thing. I'm also running into problems. But anyway, I used all these snow pieces. It turns out that's almost all the snow pieces I have, which means it's going to be hard to make the rest of this. So I'm mostly going to try using sand for it. This here is the little gateway that takes you out of this area and into this initial spot. As we move forward, this is replacing the spot where the bridge is broken and you just use your grapple arm to bounce to a tree branch and then on to the next area. From here, we're going into this, and this is the beginning of the walk up to the area where there are enemies. I'm taking a lot of creative liberties here because of how few pieces I have. Sekiro is a game of elevation. It has a lot of really tall areas, and it would use so many pieces to be able to do all that. So I can't have like this giant tall thing here and all these different buildings and stuff all around. So I just have to do what I can to make this work. Well, I'm going to build this up to here and go to the final spot where you fight that general. Alright, here's our map. So I did run out of snow and I ran out of sand pieces, so I ended up having to use some green just to finish it out. This is nowhere near exactly how it is in the game. It was just, I would need way more pieces to be able to do that. But I captured the essence and the idea of it. I also added some trees and bushes for the sake of line of sight blockers and stuff like that. I'm really beginning to understand the challenge that game companies face when trying to make a board game representation of something else, like a video game or a movie or something, is very difficult, especially when you have a limited amount of product to put in and to keep the price point low and all this. I just went back and played the game and realized there are several sections I'm missing here. Starting here, you have the Dilapidated Temple area. You come out here and you head your way along to where you start climbing. So here normally would be the broken bridge, and then you grapple arm to a branch and swing over to here. And also on this area there would be a huge cliff here, but for the sake of saving parts and stuff, I just did it this way. You need to come across up here, and of course there's going to be enemies throughout this area. There's the little archway there, you go through it. There should be, I believe, one more area in here, but I didn't have enough stuff to do it, so I just skipped ahead to where the dogs will be at over here. And then you proceed through. That one has a shut door. I think I would allow for the player to destroy the door if they want, but because of Sekiro, you're gonna have to grapple your way up to the top there and then come in where you'll fight the general. And so this is our idea for the initial area. For Sekiro himself, I'm using a samurai figure to represent him, which is fitting. But for his card, I'm using Sergeant Drake Alexander. This is because of Thorian's speed, which makes sense for him to have, as well as the grapple arm ability. That's going to be extremely necessary. He's also a unique hero, giving him more life. He can take more hits. And the pistol fire special attack, that could work as shurikens. In the future, I'll probably make a custom card with its own abilities and stuff, but for this, we're going to use Heroscape rules and everything. So if he takes damage, I'm also going to have an indicator to be a healing gourd, where you can remove a wound off of it. So that's how we'll do Sekiro. But now for the other enemies, the dogs will just be represented by the Deathstalkers. They're a little strong for being the dogs, but we'll give it a shot. Again, this is the first iteration of the game. It will be adapted more than likely. The general will be represented by the card that his figure is from. I think that is fitting for him with the counter-strike ability and the quick release special. Well, actually, this would be better for Genichiro probably, but yeah, that's how we're going to use this one for him. And all samurai will be represented by the Izumi samurai card. This is because these are the melee samurai, and the ones that we're fighting in this portion of the video game do not have bows or guns. So this will work out well. Alright, so to begin, well, we just start with Sekiro walking through the area. So we don't really need to be focusing so much on the movement here. He's just going to go through the area. If I'm being totally honest, this section of the map was unnecessary to even build, but I thought it'd be cool. The way this is going to work, because stealth is an important part of the game, if you are within 5 spaces of an enemy, then when it gets to their turn, they are aware of... Basically, if you're within 5 spaces of an enemy, you have to roll initiative. If Sekiro's initiative wins, they won't be aware of him until it's their turn. If their initiative wins, then they know where he's at. That's what we're going to say. 5 spaces, or maybe even... I think 5 is probably good. And then from there, it's just going to be normal Heroscape rules, except for a few things. If Sekiro is up high, he can do a takedown on an enemy so long as they do not win the initiative. And they will have to be within 3 spaces of where he's at. From that point, it's basically just Heroscape. So here we go. Sekiro starts. He's going, and he is going to use grapple arm special attack. Well, it's not an attack, but because I remember we're using Sergeant Drake Alexander's card to represent here. So it has a move of 4, and okay, so it doesn't matter that he moved already because we're not in initiative with anything. It's like D&D rules here. So Sekiro, grapple arm up top. But wait, now he's within 5 spaces. He's within 5 spaces of that enemy, which means they need to both roll initiative. So here is our initiative roll. The goldish one is going to represent the enemies. So Sekiro got a 9 and he got a 4. So he successfully wins the initiative, which means he goes first. Now he has a move of 6, so this will work just fine. This guy is within 3 spaces exactly, so Sekiro gets an automatic takedown. Drops on him, executes him, he's dead. Alright, so far so good. But now what's going to happen? Now he's going to move forward. Again, unlimited movement because we're not in an initiative. And I want to remind everyone, this is the first iteration of this game. I'm sure I can develop it to be better down the road. So he's going to be moving. But wait, he's now within 5 spaces of this enemy here. Which means initiative roll. And here we go. The initiative is tied. Let's do it again. Okay, Sekiro succeeds again, so he can try to assassinate. That means the guy does not know he's there yet. 1, he has 6 movement. 2, 3, 4, automatic takedown. Woohoo! All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's within 5 spaces of that guy, so they have to roll initiative for this. So here we go. The initiative goes up. It's a tie again. Somehow Sekiro keeps successfully winning. So he's going to go. This has to be instead of normal movement to use the grapple arm. So he's going to grapple arm to here because it's within 4 spaces. Uh-oh. Now he's within 5 spaces of 3 enemies. So he needs to roll. They all need to roll initiative. So here's Sekiro's roll. It's a 15. That's pretty good. Now we have to do it for the other 3. 19. So the first guy right there, the first guy behind the plant there, has successfully seen him. 16. The other one also successfully sees him. And a 5. So this guy over here is not aware that he's here, but both of these guys have seen him and they get to go first. So now when this happens, we have to place order markers to show who is going in what order. So essentially, because these guys are both represented by the same card, it's going to be a little hard. We're just going to place them right on the board instead. This guy is going to go first. I can't remember who got the higher roll, but we're going to say it's like this. So that guy, then that guy. All right. So the first guy, he's going to come up. He does not have range. And they have a total movement of 6. So 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack right off the bat. So they have an attack of 2. Sekiro has a defense of 4. These are going to represent Sekiro's dice, whereas the regular dice will represent the enemies. Here we go. The enemy got 2 hits, and Sekiro only got 1 shield. He takes a wound. And remember, he does have a healing gourd. That's going to be represented by this black counter. It can be removed on his turn to heal. So now the next guy is going to go. That's this guy over here. He's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack, but Sekiro will get height advantage here. So Sekiro will get an additional die. And Sekiro defends. Now it's his turn. He is going to turn. Actually, now this guy... Maybe that guy should get to roll initiative now since he's been hearing against Sekiro. Okay, he heard. That was a 20. So now he gets to come into the fray. After Sekiro's turn, he'll be going first in the order. So Sekiro will turn and attack the low guy first with the height, so that he has height advantage. That he has a lot of attacks, so he's gonna have 7. But the samurai do have a lot of defense as well, and they also have counter strike. So if they roll excess shields, they count as unblockable hits. But here we go. Sekiro got 3 hits. He successfully kills this samurai, who only got 1 shield. Moving on, now it's going to be this guy's turn. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attack Sekiro, where Sekiro has a height advantage here. Okay, Sekiro successfully defends. Now the other guy gets to go. Sekiro loses a height advantage for this one. Sekiro takes 2 hits. That's painful. He only has 3 life left. Now it's Sekiro's turn. He's going to attack the other low guy for, make use of the height advantage. It makes sense. So we need to go back to 7 attack dice versus 5 defense. Okay, Sekiro definitely won that. This guy is dead. Now the other guy gets to attack. And again, Sekiro has only 4 defense. So that is 2 against 4. Oh, Sekiro takes another wound. He is not having a good day over here. Now Sekiro's going for that guy. That guy has 5 defense. It's such a strong defense. But Sekiro has 6 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we go. Okay, that's 3 hits versus 2 shields. He successfully got him. Alright, now we have to move on to the next area. Sekiro is going to use the grapple arm to go up here. He is he is within 5 spaces of this dog, so they both have to roll initiative. The dog successfully sees him. So the dog can go first, but he can't get up there, so he's basically just going to get up close and start barking. But then now Sekiro can go, but he cannot get an execution attack because the dog knows he's there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and go for a regular attack. The dog here has a total of 5 defense. That's pretty crazy and not accurate to how this game works. But I suppose he could have used the pistol fire special attack. But he's going to use a regular attack with a height advantage. And he has then 7 attack dice versus the dog's 5 defense. So here's our roll. That's 5 hits versus 4 defend. So Sekiro successfully takes out the dog. Now he's gonna be smart here, and because he's not in engagement initiative, he's gonna remove this to use his healing gourd to remove a wound. Okay, now he's going to 1, 2, 3. That's within 5 spaces. Actually, this is right here. So they have to roll initiative. Let's see who goes first. Okay, it's a tie. They roll again. Okay, Sekiro successfully is not detected and keeps going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Automatic execution on the dog. When he got there, that dog is in range, so that is an initiative roll. That dog he fails, so Sekiro can come over and successfully execute the dog. This game's probably going to need a lot of tweaking as I continue to develop it, but this is the initial concept. Okay, now he's coming, grapple arm. This guy is pretty far, so he's not going to detect him, but Sekiro is not going to be able to approach without getting seen, probably. No, so now they have to roll initiative. So here we go. Okay, Sekiro successfully is not detected. He can sneak up and take out 1 life from this guy. Now, I know in the game, this character would have 2 health bars, but for the sake of fairness of Heroscape, he's going to have 4 lives, just like his card indicates. That's how we're doing it for the time being, until down the road when I adapt it further. So he takes 1 automatic wound. Now he gets to take his turn. He's got 4 attack, so he's going to attack Sekiro. All right, and here's what we've got. Let's do the roll. That is, Sekiro is safe. So now Sekiro does a counter attack with 6 attacks. So I need to get 2 more dice for him against 4 defense. And here we go. That was also a failure. Now it goes back again. Remove 2 of these. Roll. Okay, that's 2 hits, but Sekiro defends. Okay, moving back to Sekiro's attack. Here we go. Terrible, but this guy got 2 successful counter-strike hits on Sekiro, meaning he only has 1 life remaining. Okay, now it's going to be his attack. Sekiro loses 2 for his defense. We do the roll. That is 2. Oh yeah, Sekiro's dead. So Sekiro has failed. What would happen now is he goes all the way back to the beginning, and all of the enemies reset, and then you go again. And that's the game. Thank you guys for watching. If you think this game seems interesting, maybe you want to see it further adapted, let me know in the comments below, and I will make more videos continuing to work on and develop this. If you guys want to see other Heroscape maps and scenarios built inspired by video games, also let me know that in the comments. But if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, and if you want more Heroscape content, hit subscribe. I post videos every single day, from lore to map building videos to miniature tutorials, reviews, anything you could want for Heroscape, I've got on this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.